But speaking of independent, Issa Rae,
Right.
you
Is
know,
she independent or what's going
so
on?
she did a big TV deal, obviously with some of her shows. What was her obviously her hit
Insecure was
Insecure
with
was the hit show.
HBO, right?
But then she had another show, right?
Which
What was
was like the two rap girls, I think.
Rap Shit?
Yes.
It was Rap Shit, okay, but that's not on. I don't think that's on. I
And
don't think they
then
canceled that basically,
yeah,
right?
and then she had a movie, that she had just with SZA and
Yes,
Kiki Palmer.
yes.
One of those days.
That's.
One of those
I
days,
wonder
I
what's
think it was
going on with
called.
that. I heard some lawsuit stuff around that, like
Oh,
somebody sued them for a copyright
yes,
claim,
something
saying
about like
they
the
stole
script
their
was
story.
borrowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder what's going on with that, but neither here nor there. But she had floated the idea that she was going back independent, and she's about to go the independent route. She was having some creative blocks. Remember, she did that interview where she talking about she don't feel successful if her
Oh
stuff is not on
yes, yes. Who
air.
was she talking to? Kev on stage?
I think it was Kev on
Yeah.
stage. She did that when she said she don't feel successful if
Yes,
she
I
don't have a
remember.
bunch of projects going, and she just feels stagnant. And now this is kind of a hybrid deal. It's like I'm independent, but I'm still able to work with a big conglomerate, which is Paramount. So Issa Rae has signed a 3-year first look deal with Paramount for films and television, and let's kind of break down what that means.
Yeah.
So she is going to do her own films, her own concepts independently, express her creativity, fund it herself, whatever. But when it comes to going to a Netflix, a HBO, Paramount, Peacock for acquisition and getting on a streaming platform or a television network, cable network, whatever, Paramount has a first look deal, meaning they can acquire it first if they like the script. But if they don't like it and they don't want it, they can pass up, and she still have the creative license to go out and do it independently, or do it with
And
the
like
Netflix
shop her show
and shop her
or
show.
her pilot or
But
whatever.
if they want to do it, if they want to buy it, they have the first right of refusal to say, "Hey, this is ours. We want to buy it. We want to match whatever Netflix is giving or."
This
whatever.
is interesting because it doesn't really have a monetary, like it's not showing like what that means for her. Like for example, when Charlemagne got the deal with iHeartRadio,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, this is $200 million
Yes.
deal. You know, this is a renewal, but also we are platforming the Black Effect podcast.
Yeah, I think the difference with this
Okay.
would be she get the chance to shop it around or do it independently. So if she just want to do it independently, she don't have to check in with Paramount, is from my understanding from a first look deal. But if she want to go on a large streaming platform and work with one of their competitors, Paramount has the first right of refusal to acquire it. Let's say Netflix offer her $15 million.
I was gonna say
a film. Paramount can step in and match that and say, okay, we'll give you $15 million for it. So she can kind of go test the market, which is good. Because if Paramount doesn't like it, she can do it independently or go out and sell it.
Yeah.
And then she always have an acquisition partner.
I just hope that this doesn't like undercut, because if they have that's what I'm wondering. If they have first look, do they have first bid?
What you mean by that?
Well, like, is their bid the only? Like, say,
yeah, no.
You know
That
what I
don't
mean?
mean
Is
they're
their
the
bid
only bid. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it means it's their only bid. I think it means Mechago does her own creative, what she wants to do. You
Yeah.
film your pilot. You know how you film a pilot before you film your pilot. I say it's going to be, black college girl going to do this, that, and the third. And they're like, you know what? I'm not really with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go to Netflix. Netflix like, yeah, we'll give you $20 million for it.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, hold on. They're giving you that. We got the first look deal to acquire that.
Okay, so they got, but you do have to match it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you do need to match.
You can go. It's like you can go bid, but if there's no bidders, then you can kind of get.
Then I was about to say, so then you gotta take what they give you.
You kind of got to take what they give you, but then she has the creative control to say, I'm not even gonna put that out, or I'm gonna do it independent. If there's no market for this,
interesting,
she has the creative control to like back out.
Okay.
Or do it independently, or from that perspective. And I think this is going to be the kind of deals most creators are going to start signing. because it's so many vibrant platforms now. It's not
It
just
is.
Netflix.
It
You got
is.
Netflix, you got Amazon, you got Disney, got Paramount who's growing through acquisition.
Mhm.
You got HBO and all that is wrapped up in the Warner Brothers deal. So whoever gets that is also going to be a
It's
bigger
very
player.
interesting that Issa Rae is signing, because a little background, James actually sent this to me last night,
Hmm.
and I said I was conflicted.
Yeah,
And
because of Paramount.
I'm
Yeah.
conflicted, particular be particularly because um the founder and CEO of like Skydance is David Ellison.
Yeah.
And he's like a big Trumper, and they're making deals with like the administration, everything like that. Not to say that Issa Rae is for or against whatever's going on,
Yeah.
but she did back out of she's supposed to have a performance or some type of attendance
Yeah.
at the Kennedy
I think
center, and she was kind
that's
of
a
like,
good point.
no, I'm not gonna do that. But then it's like, so
Well,
I don't know how to feel.
I know how to feel. I know how to feel. Democrats are blue, Republicans are
done.
red, and money is green. So her working with something that got Trump name on it doesn't necessarily bring her any money, right? That's a deal, or that's something she already was working on.
Yeah, but then canceled it.
And I don't think she's anti working with conservatives or anti working with, like, because it's probably a bunch of conservatives that like her content. What she's saying is doing something directly with Trump at the Kennedy Trump Center.
Right.
It's kind of like, all right, no, we're not about to do that. But that don't mean I'm not about to work with somebody who's a little bit more conservative that's trying to do a deal and snooze up to Trump because he got to do the deal. That, like, there's an indirect way of working with.
I was gonna say there's degrees of separation.
Correct. There's
how
degrees
she's
of
doing
separation.
it now.
Yes. Because I mean, yes, the Netflix people are more liberal and they lean more towards Democrats and things like that. But that don't mean just because they align politically, maybe they don't align financially.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
and
true.
remember what I always told you. A lot of black people negotiate against their own best interests by going only on one side. She's like, hey, I'm going to go where the best deal and the best money is at. I'm a creative at the end of the day. Hell, we don't know what the people at YouTube feel about. We don't know what the people at Google.
That's
we don't know
true.
what the people at
and
some
that
of these
doesn't mean
platforms.
that
Because
bag
like Mark
is not
Zuckerberg was kissing up to Trump, and it's like, oh my God, I'm kissing up to Trump. But we already know he gonna kiss up to whoever's in the
really
office
is.
because
Zuckerberg,
he got to do a job. He got to
well,
run a
also
company.
he was getting sued by the FTC, so he had he literally had
so
to
they got to do
it.
what they got to do to get their business done. So I don't look at this as she's like, what does this mean for her content?
But here's the thing though too, because Issa Rae is the type of person who's really gonna go there with the content. Like, she's very apologetic about the politics that are inside of her shows. Hers, the ones that she, not necessarily the ones that she like stars in, but the ones that she executive produces and that she has creative control over. She's very unapologetic. For example, Issa in Insecure, she was trying to figure it out or whatever.
Yeah.
But the best friend was like super like sexually like liberated and stuff like that. And they talked about open marriages, and they talked about all types of things.
Right.
And also they talked about like racial like clashes and things like that. So the only other thing I'm going to point out there is that we know that these networks have been like trying to silence like late night television hosts and things like
DEI,
that. So what if she does want to criticize Trump and want to throw a little joke out there or something like that? What if that's like, I like that, but take that line out, Yeah. And then that's where it starts, right? It's just a line, it's one joke, no problem, I'll take it out. And then you're bought and paid for.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, I think Issa Rae is an advocate, and maybe you might think of it differently. I don't think she's necessarily an advocate pushing one narrative or another with her creative content. But maybe she might be vocal personally for or against certain things. So I don't think she's going to really run into that issue of, hey, take this Trump joke out or take this out, because that's kind of not the content she make. Her content is just a reflection of her being an intelligent, bomb ass creator. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? She just happened to be black, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a DEI type of we're just putting you out here to support some narrative. That's what other people want um people like her to be, and Paramount is saying, yeah, we're getting rid of DEI, but Issa Rae is coming because she's better than most of all of these creators because she act, direct,
No,
produce.
they
You
don't
see what
want,
I'm saying?
but
Like she's the
also
shit anyway, no matter if she was black, white, or whatever. So
the other thing is, like you said, red, blue, green. They don't want DEI, but they want that DEI money. They don't want their DEI
but the
representation, but
problem with DEI
whatever
is
money you got to spend with them,
the
and you got the audience, yeah, we want
the
all
problem
that.
with DEI is yes, it might be one person that get pushed in for DEI, but then they look at Issa Rae and say, well, she's a DEI hire. She's not.
Mm-mm.
Right? That's not a diversity thing. That's a creative she's the shit thing.
I was about to say, yeah.
And DEI sometimes, yes, it brings people up, but then it also brings other people down when she's trying to get her stuff off the ground and people just wrapping it in the DEI bucket. It's like, no, she's not DEI. Right? Her, Quinta, all of these people, Kiki Palm, these people got long careers that they've been building for years. They're not DEI. So when they get these deals, I don't want to hear nothing DEI or not.
But
she
like, why do you say they're not DEI?
Because they're not.
But why? Like that makes me think
No, I'm saying
you know what I mean?
From a conservative perspective, people try to wrap DEI saying that you only got this because you are black or because you are a woman. I'm saying she's not. She's above any of that criticism because she's been doing this shit before DEI even was a thing.
No, but what I'm saying is let's go back to Insecure. When HBO picked up a script that had started on YouTube, if one of the executives was like, yo, this is a bomb ass script, we don't have anything like this.
Yeah.
And mostly you don't have anything like this because it's a black script and we want something like this. So that's the thing. DEI is just diversity. So she brings the diverse script, she brings the diverse perspective, she brings that type of creativity that only she can bring because she is from a marginalized group.
Let me.
It's DEI. Just because she's qualified doesn't mean it's not diverse.
So your definition of DEI and a conservative Republican definition of DEI is not the same. And this is what I'm trying to explain. So when you're saying it from a perspective of her shit is just dope and it's different from everybody because of her creative expression and experience. They're not saying that. They're saying she's only getting it because she's a woman or because she's black. And that is not the truth.
I don't work with my oppressor's definitions, though.
I know, but your oppressor's definition is the one who's buying her film. Larry Ellison and Paramount. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of times the DEI get wrapped up into a lot of the creators and what they do, and it's not DEI. She's just a bomb ass creator, and she just happens to be black, and she happens to attract an audience that people say, oh, anytime they see something black, it's DEI. No, what conservatives are wrapping DEI to mean is you are only at Harvard because you are black and you are a woman and you check the box. Not because you had 180 on your LSAT out of 180. You got a 4.0. You've been on the debate team. You've been on the track team. You've been a star athlete.
Yeah.
They're not looking at none of that.
National Honor Society.
They're literally just only pointing at your attributes and saying none of that other bullshit matters. It only matters that you're gay. And it's just like, that's what conservatives try to wrap DEI into, and that's why when now DEI is off the table and everybody was scared. Oh my God, they're not gonna pick up black shows. Yes, they are.
No, because
they're gonna pick up good shows, which is Issa Rae,
that's what I was about to say. They're gonna pick up
a lot
good
of these
shows,
other good creators.
but also the money spends the same. They understand the financial component of diverse dollars.
Correct.
They
didn't say they don't want black money.
Yeah, I was about to say
they just don't want.
They know Issa's audience.
They just don't
and
want.
And they know the support that it brings too. Because not for nothing, if Bad Bunny was a creator, they would be. You know, all the same people are like, oh, we don't want to watch Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl. If he was a creator and he had that same audience that he has, but just as a creator to make shows or whatever, they would sign him too. because he has a loyal fan base, and so does Issa, and they want that money.
Yeah, they want the money. It's not necessarily about the money. What DEI became and what conservatives attack is solely the term. It's not the people. It's just the term of this falls under the DEI. You know how like Netflix got like their own. It's like Netflix. What is it called? The black version of Netflix, like where. Damn,
they have a black version of Netflix.
Yes,
I was today's years old.
It's kind of like
I know in February they do something special. But Netflix, they do have like black leads.
Black lead.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
okay.
Netflix black lead. Basically, conservatives are saying yes, those shows are good. We want to keep it. Just take the black lead title off of it. That's all they're saying. They didn't say they didn't want the money that
I was about to say that it brings
they want
in.
the money. They just don't want the signaling of DEI. But you can't stop diversity. America is diversity. That's all America is built on, is diversity and creativity from all different cultures.
Right.
Now, all cultures don't benefit the same, and that's what a lot of cultures are fighting for. Obviously, that's what we're fighting for. But to say like diversity is not in American culture, a lot of inventions come from diverse creators and stuff like that. So it's really the headline that is being attacked, and we're getting rid of the black lead on Netflix, but we're gonna keep all the same shows.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't really make a dent in anything.
No.